Welcome to
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you
I
doing?
talk about so many different things
How you
related to
been?
life and living,
What's
also
going on?
doing all these different
What's
people
good?
and stories are awesome.
Are you
Please
getting it
subscribe
in?
and check it out.
Somebody
There's
getting it
over
for you?
182 reviews, so welcome
What's
to thank you
going
very much for coming out.
on,
Please
people?
follow me on Facebook. See you on
Subscribe to my
YouTube.
channel.
What's going on, people? I come through with bad news. We lost one of our sisters in Brazil. Now, I talked about this story before as far as another girl being murdered, but her name was Nicolly Banks. She was only 26 years old, and here's the story about her. Now, she was shot. Check this out.
Okay, I come with bad news. Nicolly Banks, 26 years old. Now, she's a transgender woman that was shot 11 times on her way to the gym in Brazil. Now, Nicolly Banks survived a shooting 1 month before. And this story is being reported as of December the 30th, 2018. A transgender woman was shot 11 times, killed on her way to the gym in Brazil. Nicolly Banks, 26-year-old, walked down Lipino Street when she was shot. A resident of the street told Otempo that they heard several shots and Banks running and screaming for help. She reportedly shouted, "No, no, no." They also claimed that the perpetrator shot several parts of her body. The police aren't yet arrested for the suspect. Has not arrested the suspect. Police received complaint that a woman was lying in the street. Police seized 11 .38 caliber firearm capsule and took the body to the city medical legal institute. The victim is said to have received several threats to leave the city. She also survived being shot at about a month before. Banks lived alone, and after the first attempt on her life, she fled to her adoptive father's house. There, her sister-in-law persuaded Banks not to file a complaint. With the police. However, she continued to receive threatening text messages. They told her she needed to leave the city or she would die. Now, daily threats. Trans people face daily threats and the violence in Brazil. It is like one of the most dangerous places as the world as far as the trans community, with one of the highest rate of murders against the community. Last year, a brutal murder of another girl, Dandor dos Santos. Now, she was 42 years old. She sent shockwaves through the world as the video of her death went viral. In the video, the men beat her in the head with their hands, flip-flops, and a wooden plank. Then they threw her into a wheelbarrow, took her down a dirt road, and shot her twice in the face. So, here it is, another beautiful woman. She's only 26 years old. She's a trans woman. She was shot 11 times and killed on her way to the gym in Brazil. She was only 26-year-old Nicolly Banks, 26-year-old, and she's killed. Now, the sad part about it is even more sad is that Banks alone, after the first attempt of her life, she fled to her adoptive father's house. There, the sister-in-law persuaded Banks not to file a complaint with the police. Mistake number one. Allegedly, that's what the sister-in-law says. She persuaded Banks not to file a complaint with the police. However, she continued to receive threatening text messages, and they told her that she needed to leave the city or she would die. That's what the text messages said. When she should have listened to her first mind and went to file a complaint with the police, I don't know if they would have did anything, but now she's dead. Listen to her sister-in-law, who persuaded Banks not to file the complaint. So I wonder how the sister-in-law is feeling right about now, that she persuaded her not to file this complaint and she's dead. Allegedly, this is what's being said. Now, the police seized 11 .38 caliber firearm capsules and took the body into the city medical legal institute. The victim is said to have received several threats to leave the city. And she also survived being shot a month before. And this is the world we're living in. This is the world we're living in. This is why I said before, it is so important for you two spirit people to stick together. While y'all talking about passability and all talking about this extra stuff on race and gender and, oh, well, she's white, she's got privilege, stuff like that. At the end of the day, they don't see y'all as women, they see you as men. And they shoot you down like dogs. While y'all talking about hormones and who's passable, they're killing you. While y'all having this thing of you want to find who's the passable, who's privileged, and you get these privileged stuff like that, they're killing us like murdering us on dogs on a fucking street. While y'all sit back and separate colorism and all this other bullshit, at the end of the day, other people watching you and they're killing us. And y'all sit back saying, well, you know what? Well, you know what? What do we know? We know at the end of the damn day, you was once one way and now you're another way. And at the end of the damn day, you know damn well they see you as men. I don't give a fuck how passive you are, how beautiful you are. They see you as a goddamn man. Wake the fuck up. So irresponsible, so fucked up in this fucking ass world. You're so fucking stupid to sit around and about passability when they're killing your fucking sisters on a fucking street. Anyway, like I said before, I'm just over it. And all I can say is rest in peace, my sister, my beautiful sister, Nicolly Banks, 26 years old. Rest in peace, my sister.
Okay, you see that? Rest in peace, my sister. Rest in peace. This is the thing. We're so consumed with passability and you gotta be a certain way or privileges and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, they see all this men. And until you really let that sink into your brains and realize what's actually happening here, they're killing you. And the sad part about it is, this is the problem that I have. This is the problem where I kept saying, I don't even know why I even need to come back to this anymore. Because mentally it bothers me when I watch another girl as far as being a trial. Now there was another girl, basically the gang thing, I think it was out in Canada. Anyway, she did a game and she wrote it back and she said she was misgender and stuff like that. I watch people sign on and say, give their opinion and keep, and he were two-spirit women as well. And the sad part about it is, I don't care how passive you are, how beautiful you are, they see you as men. Deal with that part first. Before you talk about passability, before you talk about privileges, deal with that part. Because I'm getting back to doing these stories about these girls being murdered, and a lot of these girls that's been murdered was passable, they were beautiful, and they're dead. So at the end of the day, I don't see anybody else doing these videos, especially the ones that's of color. Now maybe it is, I don't know, because I don't see it. But I seem to be the one that's doing these videos. So people sending me these videos, especially the girls being murdered, and I'm going against men and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not going to go into that as far as this video. Even a girl that was killed in Brazil stuff. She was 42 years old, and she was even murdered. You know, and it's really sad that we keep constantly having this conversation whether the passability and stuff like that. We have a conversation whether to getting jobs. We have a conversation with basically challenging and going after the girls just like us. When we should be more united as far as the total. I'm not saying we got to sing kumbaya, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't be we still are going against each other when we're being murdered literally on the streets, killed like dogs as if we're not even human. And that part don't seem to sink into your fucking heads yet. Here's a young beautiful girl, only 26 years old, and she's murdered. And for what? For what? Because she was living in her truth, because she felt uncomfortable. And it said, let me tell you something. This woman is me, this woman is you, whether you want to deal with it or not. Somebody may have a problem with your settings. Somebody have a problem with the way you're looking. Somebody have a problem with the fact that you look too damn passable and you shouldn't be walking this fucking earth anymore. Until that shit sinks in, we're in a lot of fucking trouble. And all I can say is rest in peace. And the sad part about it, she went to her adopted father, allegedly, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's basically adopted father. And allegedly the sister-in-law said, don't file a complaint. Don't let the police know. Now here it is, she's getting attacked left and right. And yet still, don't do it. Shot 11 times. A month before she was shot. She came in, she's trying to get some help with somebody. And guess what? Now she's dead. 26 years old. She is you, but they want to deal with it now. What she was passing out, she is you. Look between your legs, she's you. Look between your legs, you don't have to see past it, but look between your legs, she is you. Wake the fuck up and stop being so fucking stupid and start uniting together. And until that point comes, you can't sink into your fucking heads about passability, who looks like a brick, bitch, you're a brick too. If you could throw a brick, remember the brick is in your hand first before you throw it. I'm so tired of doing these fucking stories about these girls being murdered, and here it is, I'm get back and watch social media, shoot us down when am I the only one that's watching these people talk about us like a fucking dog? Y'all don't read the comment section where they say about us, and y'all contributing to it? This was not the day for me to do this video, and I was not going to go online. I was not going to do video today because of my mind, and I've been upset behind so much shit that I keep finding that makes me upset, especially you trans attractive motherfuckers that want to sit back and say you run with us, and at the end of the day, you got these positions, stuff like that, you can help us, and you don't do it. Because you feel as though it's not comfortable in your settings. But here we are, we being slaughtered on the fucking street, we have a problem calling to our fucking beds. Anyway, like I said before, I just wanted to share this girl's life, and I would not have put this on this video, but I am so fucking angry right about now. I'm very angry, and I know today is not the day for blogging, and today is not the day for me to go in front of the camera. Today is not the day for anything as far as me, period. And this is the reason why I keep asking myself, why the fuck I want to come back to this bullshit and keep seeing the same old shit when I return, when here it is, the girls being murdered and shit like this, and when the fucking test comes when somebody's being regenerated, oh, well, she had privileges and stuff. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna fucking do white, black, purple, orange. When you change your fucking gender, bitch, there's no longer fucking color. Your ass is in the same fucking boat. Y'all need to wake the fuck about that shit, too. Y'all will get murdered on the fucking street like fucking dogs. And let's do this. 3 days later, nobody's gonna give a fuck for her family, but she ain't got nothing because she was adopted. Unfucking believable. What the fuck you gotta do to wake people the fuck up? Anyway, like I said before, rest in peace to my sister, and I'm sorry I went to the left of this video, but I'm so tired, and it gets on my nerves of the same old bullshit over and over and over. And y'all keep sending me these videos, and I'm not ready for it, and I can't get ready for it. Anyway, like I said, rest in peace to my sister, and I'm so sorry this happened to you, Miss Banks, Nicolly Banks. If I'm not pronouncing her name the right way, please forgive me. Anyway, rest in peace, my sister. And the girls out there in Brazil, please be safe the best way you can, because I know it's even harder for you. Because we seem to be very unappreciative in the United States, even though we're being murdered too. But it seems even worse for you. So my sisters and brothers out there, you're in my prayers and stuff. And all I can say is rest in peace, my brothers and sisters. My sister, rest in peace.